It's all good. And the trainer's like, you did a good job. And I was like, you're a liar.
What's a perfect segue into our... Hey, how you doing, everyone? Ralph Zeller from Beyond the Closing Table. I have a special guest today. He's a good friend of mine. He does a lot of great things here in the Tampa Bay community as well. In addition to that, a little fun fact, his dog actually has 10,000 followers on TikTok. So anyways, my man, Mr. Anthony Siviglia with Guided Insurance.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Anthony Siviglia, Guided Insurance Solutions. Appreciate you bringing up Brody.
Yeah.
Little Cocker Spaniel. He's on TikTok. It's really great. My fiance loves doing videos with him. He's a ton of fun. He's a little ball of energy. He's really great. But yeah, so I'm with Guided Insurance Solutions. So we specialize in property and casualty. So what that means in layman terms, home, auto, umbrella, small business, anything like that. All the things that you need on your day-to-day business for personal lines. So really, we work with real estate agents, mortgage brokers, title agents, anyone who's in the home transaction process. We work with them to help provide home insurance. So we work to mainly provide home insurance and auto insurance and make sure that in this terrible market that we live in Florida, that people are getting the best prices. So we work with a lot of different companies to make sure that consumers are really winning in the end, because that's at the end of the day, you know, your insurance can change year by year. I mean, you know, we get a lot of issues on almost a weekly basis, it seems like, and you have to stay ahead of it. So we're working with customers to do just that.
That's awesome, man. That's great. So homeowners versus the car insurance. I mean, what is more your...
So really, yeah.
You guys kind of focus. I mean, I know you focus on both. But.
Yeah, so we do a little bit of everything. So definitely, I would say mainly focus on the homeowners insurance, but we're really working to build our team to be a full asset of everything. So we do home, auto, umbrella, but really we work with customers to do kind of a home first process as an introduction to what we do, and then try and get their auto insurance, their umbrella, kind of everything else on the back end. But really leading with our partners of real estate agents and mortgage brokers to set that home first.
Okay. So a little bit about Guided Insurance Solutions as well. I mean, now do you have a parent company, or kind of what's the setup or that structure look like, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that makes us a little different is we're just one arm in a major company. So our parent company is Baldwin Risk Partners, and they're mainly a commercial focused firm. So they do that high-end commercial, we call it middle market internal. And Guided is really we call it our Main Street brand, and Main Street is just the everyday consumer. So your volume-based business of your home, you know, your home insurance for those $200,000 to like just about the $1 million range. So kind of your everyday consumer. We do a lot of that, and then our parent company does private risk management for clients who are like 1.5 million and above, and then we do commercial and employee benefits and workers' comp and kind of you name it, we got a guy for it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now, what about from a geographic standpoint as well? I mean, do you guys just cover strictly here in Tampa Bay? Do you cover all of Florida? I mean, what's kind of your footprint?
So my team, specifically my Guided team here in Tampa Bay, we cover the entire state of Florida right now. We will soon be moving into a few other states. Right now, depending on our carriers, we'll write in Georgia or North Carolina, but most of our business comes specifically from Florida. And then my parent company and our partner arms, everything, we're writing almost in every state across the nation.
That's awesome, man.
So we're really growing our national reach.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, what about yourself specifically? I mean, for the folks that don't know Anthony, right? I mean,
yeah.
So what do you specifically do, I guess, within the organization?
Absolutely. So my role specifically within Guided Insurance is I'm a business development specialist. So what that means is I go out and I meet people like yourself and real estate agents and mortgage brokers and bankers and Uncle Jim and Susan Sally, you know, whoever I can to basically build a relationship with them. Sure. So that when they're looking for that home insurance, they want to rely on me as a partner. So we really go out. We don't like to buy a lot of leads, and I'm sure you kind of done that before, and you know a lot of realtors have done that. Buying leads is really tough. So it's really we myself and my team, we go out into the community and really build partnerships and relationships so that we can go out and meet people where they are and just build a community around what they're doing, so that when it comes time to find someone who needs home insurance, they say, "Hey, I know a guy, and that guy's me."
That's
so
awesome.
We want to be those people for you.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Anthony, I've known this man for quite some time now, and I got to say he's top notch. So definitely make sure you get in touch with him.
Thank
as
you,
well.
I appreciate that.
And then,
I didn't pay him to say that.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah.
So.
And then also, you know, kind of regarding, I guess, like a value proposition as well, right? There's a lot of insurance companies that are out there, right? There's a lot of options for homeowners and what, and I guess, you know, if you were to think of like that one specific thing that's really makes your company unique, I mean, what would that be exactly?
Yeah, so definitely you know, I can't say one specific thing, but there's a lot of things, but really it's going to be our size, because of our size with our parent company and our partner companies and things like that. Most of the time when we're working with these insurance companies, we're their largest account. So what that does for us is that gives us a lot of leverage at the individual space to make sure that we're getting the best pricing for everyone, that we're getting the most favorable underwriting, and that, you know, if something happens, we're the number one guy. So, and then being a brokerage, we've got a lot of options with a lot of different carriers. So we write over 150 carriers in the state, and that really sets us apart, because if you go to your normal agency or your normal brokerage, or, you know, like a State Farm or Geico, anything, they only write one product, or a normal brokerage will only write like, you know, maybe 5 or 10. Yeah. We write everybody. So we make sure that when we're doing a search for homeowners insurance for a client, we're checking with everybody available. And that's really important in this market because of how strict roofing ages are, you know, sinkhole issues, hurricane damage.
Do you guys run into that a lot?
Yeah, definitely,
okay.
definitely. So I mean, I was on a call last week with a carrier, and they're like, hey, we're changing our roofing age to, it's got to be 15 years or newer, to now 10 years or newer.
Okay.
So and it's about finding the different businesses, finding the carriers, so that you can place the business in somewhere that's best fit for the customer, but also, you know, best fit for the carrier, so that everybody works together and gets along harmoniously.
Sure, absolutely. And then let me ask you, so what about like even things that are happening or progressing here for the future? I mean, what does that kind of look like from an insurance standpoint and insurability standpoint as well? Like you mentioned about the roof.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I guess, you know, kind of moving into 2022, what does that look like?
So hopefully things in 2022 are opening a little bit. So we're seeing our carriers, there was a lot of transition with COVID and a lot of laws that have been kind of hampering the insurance industry, and they're kind of opening up a little bit. So carriers are getting a little bit more favorable coming into 2022. So we'll see those roof ages go from that, like, you know, 5 years or younger to now like 10 years. I'm not going to say it's going to happen dramatically or all at once, but it's trending in the right direction, because the consumer is at such a hard part right now, because you've got realtors who are looking at houses with like a 12 or 15-year-old roof and going to companies and they say, hey, we want insurance. You can't get insurance on this home. And that's, you know, in our market where homes are staying on market for 5 days, like at most, it's a very difficult place. So the companies are getting slightly more lenient, but it's like trying to move a cruise ship. You know, it's one of those things that takes like 5 people and 10 spotters and all this, where, you know, we're not a little sailboat or a little dinghy. It's a large process. So we're helping to move that along, but it'll take some time.
That's awesome, man. No, I definitely appreciate that insight and those facts and stuff as well. So kind of off topic, right?
Sure.
How long have you been in Tampa? And
so I know you had another question behind that.
Well,
so,
no.
Okay,
Tell me. Yeah.
So I've been in Tampa since about 2010. So I went to University of Tampa, moved away just a little bit after I graduated, immediately came back because I fell in love with Tampa. So it's been about 10 to almost 12 years now.
Okay, and do you have a favorite spot in Tampa as well that you'd love to go to, frequent at? I mean, what's
You know, I love Hyde Park. We just recently moved out of Hyde Park, but I love that area. You know, really, for me, it's about finding the little hidden gems in Tampa, the places that, you know, because the issue with Tampa being such a great city as it is that there's a lot of people moving here, which is fantastic. I love it.
You look at that infrastructure, dude. It just keeps all these high rises and buildings. I mean, it's
absolutely.
It's
so I love when people move to an area, and I hate when people say like, oh, I love my town to be great, but I hate traffic. And it's like, you got to have one with the other. So, you know, I would rather have traffic and live in a great city than live in the middle of nowhere and be able to get where I want to on time. Yeah. So I love finding the places that people don't know about yet or that are new. So there's a little Italian restaurant down on West Shore. That's fantastic. It's got a little 6-person bar.
What's the name of it?
We love to go there. Pascale's.
Pascal, okay.
Yeah, Italian. It's very Italian. I'm terrible, so I don't know the name, but it's called Pascale's. It's right next to West Shore Pizza.
Okay.
But that place is really good. And then I always love going to Hyde Park. So my fiance and I will take our dog on the Sunday market, and we've got a few friends who still live there. So
and this is the dog that has the 10,000 followers.
This is the dog, yes, the dog has 10,000 followers. Thank you. You know, I don't like to brag. Ready the Cocker on TikTok. So love taking him there, and then really, we bought a house just recently over in the West Shore area. So love hanging out in my neighborhood and meeting people there, and going to the movies, and spend a lot of time in the mall, things like that. Because there's some really good restaurants there that are not super commercial. Yeah. Big cigar guy. There's a great cigar bar there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Now, most importantly, how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. So super easy to get a hold of me. I can give you my direct contact or anything like that. But I've got a phone number, email, website. I take, pillaging, fire symbols, anything you need, we'll be there. But two, we're active in the community. So we're always doing events here at my office or out at other offices, and we're trying to, like I said, we're trying to build business through relationships. So we find the best way.
What's the best address or phone number? Or
yeah, absolutely. So the best phone number for me is my direct. So it's 941-216-2521. And then my email, anthony.siviglia@guidedinsuranceSolutions.com. And that's the best way to get me. We get back really quick. So would love to do business with any one of you guys. But super excited and, love Ralph. So anything that he's doing, we're a big fan of.
Awesome. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time and being part of this, Beyond the Closing Table show as well. And
thank you.
I hope that you guys, as you're watching this, hopefully got a lot of great insight from Anthony as well. And please, definitely reach out to him. Great guy, great organization, and can't say enough. So Anthony, thank you so much. Make sure also follow his dog on TikTok as well. They can follow it how?
Follow Brody the Cocker on TikTok.
Brody the Cocker on TikTok.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Follow.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
And I look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Thanks.
Thanks.
So cute.
Is that good enough for you?
Yeah, I think it was great, man.
Fantastic.
All right, cool.
Love it when you want to take it.